Hi guys, if you're looking for a simple way to make your TV audio sound bigger, more powerful, and more immersive, this 2.1 channel TV soundbar system is worth taking a closer look at. At first glance, the setup is pretty straightforward. You get a soundbar, a dedicated subwoofer, and multiple ways to connect your devices. And honestly, that simplicity is one of the biggest reasons a setup like this can make sense for a living room, bedroom, gaming setup, or home theater. The main soundbar is designed to handle your everyday audio, including movies, TV shows, music, and gaming. But the real difference comes from the separate subwoofer. Instead of relying entirely on the compact speakers inside your television, you get a dedicated unit focused on producing deeper and more impactful bass. That means explosions in movies can feel heavier, music can have more punch, and action scenes can sound much more energetic. If you've been using your TV's built-in speakers, the difference should be immediately noticeable. Connectivity is another important part of this system. It supports Bluetooth, so you can connect compatible smartphones, tablets, or other devices wirelessly and use the system as a regular speaker for music. There's also an AUX 3.5mm connection and optical input, giving you more flexibility depending on the equipment you already have. And then there's the touch control interface. Instead of relying entirely on complicated controls, the system keeps the basic operation relatively accessible, so adjusting your audio doesn't have to feel like a whole project. The 2.1 channel configuration is also worth understanding. You're essentially getting a left and right audio experience from the soundbar, combined with a low-frequency impact of the subwoofer. It isn't trying to replace a massive multi-speaker surround system, but it can create a much fuller experience than typical built-in TV audio. For movies and streaming, that extra bass can make dialogue, sound effects, and background music feel more engaging. For gaming, a stronger low end can add another layer of immersion, especially during explosions, racing sequences, and other action-heavy moments. The biggest advantage here is convenience. You don't necessarily need a complicated collection of separate speakers, amplifiers, and cables just to get better sound from your television. This type of setup keeps things relatively compact while still giving you a noticeable upgrade in audio performance. Of course, your room size, TV, placement, and personal audio preferences will all affect how it sounds. If you want an extremely advanced surround sound experience with dedicated rear speakers and sophisticated audio processing, you'll want to look at higher-end systems. But if your goal is simply to get fuller TV audio with stronger bass and flexible connectivity, this 2.1 channel soundbar and subwoofer setup is an interesting option. So if you want to check out the TV speaker soundbar subwoofer BT home theater cinema system, the link is provided in the description. Check it out, take a look at the specifications, and see whether it fits your setup.